So hi students, myself Azim sir from KMS English Medium High School and Junior College. So we going to the chapter solid state. So this is a part 3 lecture. So in today's lecture we discuss the topic that is crystal lattice and unit cell. So what is meant by crystal lattice? As per the definition, the arrangement of atoms, molecules or ions of a crystal in the form of space lattice is called as crystal lattice. So this is the arrangement. This point is called as lattice point. Okay. So systematic arrangement of a lattice point in a space is called as a crystal lattice. Or another definition, a regular three-dimensional arrangement of point in space is called as crystal lattice. It is a regular three-dimensional structure or three-dimensional arrangement of point in space is called as crystal lattice. Characteristics of the crystal lattice. Each point in a crystal lattice is called as lattice point or lattice site. The points, this is the red mark. So this point is called as lattice point or lattice site. Each point in a crystal lattice represents one constant particle. Each point, this point. So this point is called as a constant particle, and this constant particle, it may be atom, it may be molecule or group of atom or an ion. The lattice points are joined by a straight line to bring out the geometry of the lattice. So here the black line, yes. So they are joined by a straight line to give a systematic geometry to the crystal lattice. Okay. So hope you understood what is meant by crystal lattice. Next is a unit cell. So what is meant by unit cell? So unit cell is the smallest portion of the crystal lattice which is, when repeated in different direction, generate the entire lattice. So we see this structure. So please, if I say this part, this is the smallest portion of the crystal lattice, which is nothing but a unit cell. So this unit cell, this cubic part, okay, is repeated over and over again and form a large structure which is called as a crystal lattice. Okay. So I can say that unit cell is the smallest portion of the crystal lattice. So unit cell, once again, unit cell is the smallest portion of the crystal lattice which when repeated in different direction generate the entire lattice. What are the characteristics? Its dimension along the three edges A, B and C. These edges may or may not be mutually perpendicular to each other. What this means? कि देखो ये जो तीन एजेस, अगर मैं तीन एज को सिलेक्ट करता हूं, जैसे एज ए once, this is a edge A, this is a edge B and this is a edge C. Okay, these three edges which are meeting at one point. So these three edges may or may not be perpendicular to each other. Okay, right now in this structure these three edges is looking like perpendicular to each other. So and these three edges are represented by A, B and C. Angle between the edges A, B and C is given by alpha, beta and gamma. Okay. So if I say edges between B and C, it is represented by the angle alpha. Edges between A and C is given by the beta, and edge between A and B is given by the angle gamma. Okay. So I can say that in a single unit cell, okay, in a unit cell there are 6 parameters, 3 edges, that is A, B and C, and 3 angle, that is alpha, beta and gamma. Okay. Now, so these are the parameters of the unit cell. Now next, types of unit cell. Unit cells are of 3 types: simple cubic cell, body centered cubic cell which is called as BCC, face centered cubic cell which is called as FCC. So I just taken the structure of simple, BCC and FCC. So in this structure we will see how the atoms are present inside the unit cell and what are the number of atoms present inside the unit cell. So we will see one by one. First one is simple cubic cell. So in simple cubic cell, atoms are present at the 8 corners. Okay, 8 corners है. क्यूब को प्लीज याद रखना, 8 कॉर्नर्स होते हैं, 12 एजेस होते हैं. दिस इज कॉल्ड एज एजेस. ओके, देयर आर 12 एजेस and 6 face: first, front face, back face, up, down, right and left. Okay, so there are 6 phases, 8 corners, okay, 12 edges. Okay, so in case of the simple cubic cell, atoms are present at the 8 corners. Yes, this is a blue mark. Okay, these are the atoms, or we can say a sphere, which are present at the 8 corners. So atoms which are present at the corners, it's contribute 1 by 8 part of the atom. So in this video you can see, yes, this part is the 1/8 part. So total atoms which are present inside the unit cell is 1, because 1/8 part, 1/8 part, 1/8 part, इसका 1/8 पार्ट, तो सब कॉर्नर एटम का 1/8 पार्ट क्या करता है, कंट्रीब्यूट करता है. तो जब हम 8 into 1/8 करेंगे तो कितने एटम्स हो गए, 1. सो सी हियर, हमने क्या किया यहाँ पे, ये 1/8 पार्ट हमने क्या किया, 8 टाइम्स लिया, तो कितना बना, 1 एटम्स फॉर्म हुआ. सो इन ईच क्यूबिक सेल देयर आर 8 एटम्स एट द कॉर्नर्स. Therefore, the total number of atoms in a unit cell is 8 into 1/8, which is equal to 1 atom. Yes, the formation of 1 atom. Hope you understood. So please remember, in a simple cubic cell, जो corner atoms होते हैं वो contribute करते हैं, और हर corner atom का 1/8 part यूनिट सेल के अंदर होता है. किसके अंदर होता है, यूनिट सेल के अंदर. 7/8 पार्ट यूनिट सेल के बाहर होता है. तो हम किसको काउंट करेंगे, जो पार्ट एटम का यूनिट सेल के अंदर हो. सो सिंपल क्यूबिक सेल कंसिस्ट ऑफ अ 1 atom. Next one is a body centered cubic structure. Now in this BCC structure, atoms are present at the corners and one complete atom is present inside or at the center of the unit cell. So here in this structure I told you, so this is, yes, this is a 1/8 part of the unit, 1/8 part of the atom. Okay, and one complete atom is present inside the unit cell like this. Okay, so the number of atom which is present inside the body centered cubic structure is 2. Yes, in BCC 8 corners, corner atom contributes 1/8 part, which is equal to 8 into 1/8 equal to 1 atom, and one complete atom is present inside the unit cell. 1 into 1 is equal to 1 atom, which is equal to 2 atoms. So BCC consists of a 2 atom. Next one is a FCC, face centered cubic structure. In face-centered cubic structure, once again atoms are present at the 8 corners. Yes, atoms are present at the 8 corners, and we know that corner atoms, corner atom contribute 1/8 part. Yes, and here we know that यूनिट सेल कंसिस्ट ऑफ अ 6 फेज. ओके, यूनिट सेल में कितने फेज होते हैं? 6 फेज होते हैं. एंड एटम विच आर प्रेजेंट, इफ आई टॉक अबाउट दिस फेज, ओके, ये फेज की अगर हम बात करते हैं तो एटम फेज पे प्रेजेंट है. तो प्लीज याद रखना, जो फेज पे जो एटम्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं, द एटम विच आर प्रेजेंट एट द फेज, half atom is inside the unit cell and half atom is outside of the unit cell. So I can say that phase atom contribute half of the atom. तो यहाँ पे देखो ये स्ट्रक्चर दिख रहा है, तो ये फेज वाला है. तो फेज का जो हाफ पार्ट है वो अंदर है, यूनिट सेल के अंदर है, और हाफ पार्ट जो हमने कट किया वो यूनिट सेल के बाहर था. तो हमको किसको काउंट करना है? द पार्ट विच इज प्रेजेंट इनसाइड द यूनिट सेल. सो हियर once again in FCC 8 corners into 1/8 because corner contribute 1/8 part which is equal to 1 atom, and unit cell consists of a 6 phase, so phase contribute half, so 6 into 1/2 because अगर हम हर फेज का 6 फेज है, 6 फेज का हाफ 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 सब ऐड करेंगे तो आपको कितने एटम्स मिलेंगे? 3 एटम्स. तो कॉर्नर कंट्रीब्यूट 1 एटम, phase contribute 3 atoms. So 1 plus 3 is equal to 4 atoms. So here simple consists of 1, BCC consists of 2, and FCC consists of a 4. Okay, please remember. Now, crystal system and Bravais lattice. Okay, so depending on the arrangement of the atoms and depending on the arrangement of the edge length, I told in the characteristic of the unit cell that the 3 edges may or may not be perpendicular, or 3 edges may or may not be same also, may or may not be perpendicular, so there will be change in angle, may or may not be in the same edge length, so there will be change in the unit cell. Okay, so there are 7 types of crystal system, and which gives a 14 different types of unit cell, that is called as Bravais lattice. So here first we will see here what are the crystal system. There are cubic, tetragonal, orthorhombic, rhombohedral, hexagonal, monoclinic, and triclinic. Cubic are further into 3 types. Tetragonal, so please here we can see here the axial length of the unit cell and interaxial angle. So here in case of cubic, what's here? Cubic में क्या होता है? जो 3 edges होती हैं A, B and C, all the 3 edges are same, and here angle alpha, beta, gamma equal to 90 degree. इसका मतलब क्या? Means all the 3 edges are perpendicular to each other, and due to perpendicular all the 3 angles are equal to 90 degree. Okay, so in the next slide I just, इसलिए blur part थोड़ा साफ नहीं दिख रहा है. Hope you understood कि यहाँ पे ये पहला simple cubic cell 3 types में divide हुआ है. So these 3 types, okay, cubic is divided into 3 types: simple, BCC and FCC. So simple cubic cell, तो सिंपल क्यूबिक सेल में क्या होता है? ये जो एज है, once again I will show you, ये जो एज है ये सपोज 1 सेंटीमीटर, तो ये भी 1 सेंटीमीटर होगी, ये भी 1 सेंटीमीटर होगी, और तीनों एज के एक दूसरे के इक्वल है और एक दूसरे के ऊपर परपेंडिकुलर है. तो इसका मतलब क्या? यस, ऑल आर परपेंडिकुलर टू ईच अदर, मतलब क्या होगा? 90 डिग्री. अब सिंपल है तो खाली क्या होगा, एटम्स कहाँ पे होगा, कॉर्नर्स पे होगा। अब सेम ये भी एज क्या है, सेम है, हैविंग अ सेम एज लेंथ, और तीनों एक दूसरे को परपेंडिकुलर है तो क्या होगा 90 डिग्री। लेकिन ये कौन सा है, फेस सेंटर्ड, बस एटम कहाँ पे आ गया, फेस पे आ गया। अब यहाँ पे बॉडी सेंटर्ड क्यूबिक स्ट्रक्चर, all the three unit cell all the three unit cell having a same edge length and having a same angle, that is 90 degree. So here they are classified into three. Next one is a tetragonal. In tetragonal A is equal to B but not equal to C, मतलब A और B सेम होगी एज लेंथ लेकिन C इक्वल नहीं होगा, बट तीनों एज एक दूसरे को क्या है, परपेंडिकुलर है, तो इसका मतलब क्या होगा, दे आर 90 डिग्री. So they are of two types. Okay, what are there two? So here sorry, okay, so here simple and body centered. Okay, so this is a tetragonal, this is a tetragonal. I can say, if I say here, if this is a A, this is a B, both are same edge length, but C is different. So, but all the three edges are perpendicular to each other, so the angle will be 90 degree. So here H A equal to B but not equal to C, and angle alpha beta gamma is equal to 90 degree. Same here, body centered cubic structure, atom came at the center, but once again A equal to B but not equal to C, and all the three edges are perpendicular, so it equal to 90 degree. Okay, now next one is a orthorhombic. A is not equal to B is not equal to C, but angle alpha beta gamma is equal to 90 degree. Means all the three edges will be different. Here there are four types. Okay, in case of the orthorhombic there are four types: simple, BCC, FCC and end centered. Okay, this is a end centered and this is a FCC. Here all the three edges, okay, all the three edges are different. If the A is not equal to B, is not equal to C, but all the three edges are perpendicular to each other, so I can say alpha beta gamma is equal to 90 degree. Same here, one atom came at the center, so it new types, A is not equal to B is not equal to C, yes, and this is the end center. देखो please, this is a new type structure. End center में क्या होता है, atoms क्या होता है, corners पे होता है, but the two atoms are present at the opposite face. ये upper face पे atom present है और ये down. So here जो face पे जो atoms present होता है, we know that ये वो कितना contribute करता है, half atom. तो इसका half atom और इसका हाफ एटम और इसका हाफ एटम कितना कंट्रीब्यूट करेगा, हाफ हाफ, तो मतलब बॉडी सेंटर में कितने एटम्स होते हैं, 2. सो हियर वंस अगेन लास्ट वन इज द एफसीसी. ओके, नेक्स्ट वन इज द hexagonal. In case of the hexagonal, A is equal to B but not equal to C. Angle alpha beta gamma, alpha beta is equal to 90 degree but gamma is equal to 120 degree. So we can easily identify hexagonal. Monoclinic, A is not equal to B is not equal to C, means alpha beta gamma is equal to 90 degree, beta is not equal to 90 degree, means alpha and gamma perpendicular 90 degree बनाएंगे लेकिन बीटा जो है 90 डिग्री नहीं होगा. Triclinic, A is not equal to B is not equal to C, all the three edges are different once again, but alpha is not equal to beta is not equal to gamma is not equal to 90 degree, means all the three edges are not equal to 90 degree. अल्फा अगर 45 है, सपोज ये 75 है, ये 85, इक्वल टू 90 डिग्री नहीं होगी. सो देयर आर टोटल हाउ मेनी, yes, unit cell, number of unit cell will be 14. So this is called as a Brevis lattice. So these are the following structure. Okay, so we finished with the part of the unit cell and the crystal lattice.